done with MDI. It's the 10th of July,
10th
right?
July?
That's the last day.
Yeah, that's finals, I think. So it would be like kind of a month break or some shit, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Imagine coming back to this right up for a month.
Monka shake. I think at that point it might be good to have like a couple raids, even if it's like a couple of hours, like 1 or 2 hours, you know, every week, just once or twice.
Yeah.
Just so we don't forget everything, man. Otherwise it's gonna suck. We're gonna take a month break. It's really bad, yeah. Okay, so you said
Persea, thank you for the sub.
Your busy time,
I
basically?
appreciate the support. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream.
Or
Thank
no,
you.
holidays or
Yeah, that's
before.
24th is like full FF. I go holiday on the 18th, and my team wants to play a little bit before my holiday, like get some hours.
Robin,
like, you know, long days.
It's time for Robin to shine.
So
they're talking right now about what we need to do because
weekend, I mean,
MDI is
like
starting soon.
3
They'll
days
need to
left,
practice
I
and
guess,
play all day
for
for
us.
MDI.
Before.
Azur, thank you so much
season
for the
starts.
5 gifted subs.
Yeah.
Holy
Zati is also
moly, I
doing
appreciate it,
their
my
stuff,
friend.
right?
And
For
Silent
MDI,
Fest
or-
with another 5. You guys are incredible. My goodness.
Oh,
It means a lot to me. I'm very grateful.
Ah,
Thank you all.
Hmm. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Didn't expect it to go this long, I guess.
And the battle of subs, another 5 from Azur.
I don't know.
I don't know what to say, my
think about it,
teams.
and then we can.
I don't know what to say.
We can
Figure
type
something
it in
out.
the channel, I guess.
Yeah, and
I appreciate more than you can probably ever know how
it
much
will last until you.
how much you enable me to do this and
10th
how much it
of
means
July.
to me that you guys are willing to
10th of July. Is that like finals or what?
pay while I do this. Thank
Yeah.
you very, very much.
So, okay. Is there? what if you lose earlier? When would that
I mean,
like?
it's
When
like
is the
3
earliest
days.
you might be?
Oh my
Okay,
goodness,
okay.
team.
Well, you can't get kicked out before the 9th.
I can't even keep track anymore.
Okay.
Willow with another
One
10
minute
gifted subs, and then Silent Fez with
I hope
5
you
more.
lose.
We're yeeting
Just
all
kidding,
day
of course
long. All the eats, all the way down.
Oh,
Fucking me, I do a DSR. At this point, maybe I'll,
the best of success.
pay Tobo to drop out of the MDI and do DSR with us instead.
That didn't sound too sincere.
Thank you guys so much. It's incredible, and I'm very appreciative.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the MDI is only a weekend, but they have to practice for it for about a week
A bit of a
beforehand.
smotcher, for sure.
Yeah, but what can you do?
Yeah.
I guess I would at that point.
I'm so good at
say,
dodging.
like,
Just wait. You won't be able to dodge
play
forever.
once
I
or
want
twice.
the next
a
color
week,
gift box. I'm
One
not sure anything
knockout.
comes after that.
You know.
What's
to
the
keep
next
it
color?
like memories fresh,
Holy
and then we continue
moly.
after, I guess. I mean, there's the option of replacing, but I don't know if that's worth it.
How many days of progress? I'm not sure. I think maybe 15 days.
Yeah, would be kind of weird.
Would be kind of difficult, I think, to find people anyway
Yeah.
who are blind, but
Yeah.
also want to like skip ahead into this phase of the
Goodness
fight or something.
gracious.
Yeah. I
Willow,
couldn't
thank
really
you
do it, I
again.
think.
For another gifted sub to a Dodger.
Okay, well, that's what we do then, probably. You can see.
I'm gonna have to
It is
wait for
quite
the
enough.
heats to
Whenever
settle
the next
down
time.
Crazy.
so that I
Or it's
can
like crazy,
see
or-
the
Well, it's that
totals.
time. I don't know how many days it was.
Too
Couple
many
days?
for me to keep track
I
of.
think
Ah,
that-
no.
that-
Azur and Silent Fez,
I
thank you guys. Thank you both
I didn't
very, very
fully
much.
listen, but
Unbelievable
I would
support.
love to see get out of this phase before we take a break. Huh? That would be nice.
And we do have
Yeah,
3
I mean,
full
we
days.
still have, like, yeah. So for one.
Oh, full days, yeah.
Can we somehow rate?
Mahonky, thank you as well for the sub. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Thank you very, very much.
I
Welcome.
mean, it's the weekend
As soon as
is
they're done with
also
this
gone
conversation,
now, so
then I'll turn them off and we'll do
we can
MSQ, but I'm
raid
waiting
more
to hear what our
tomorrow, that's
schedule
said.
is
But we can't like
for tomorrow.
hard push it or something. I would say the weekend included. That would be too much.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
Miss
I would
Featherwriter,
be
thank you
down
for the
if
gifted
you
sub
want
to a
to, but, yeah.
Dodger. And Mahonky, thank you for the 5 gifted subs on top of your
So
sub.
let's say tomorrow we
Guys,
just start a bit
I
earlier.
appreciate it. Means a lot.
Right?
It has to be 1 hour earlier then. You can do.
Yeet won't stop. No stop.
Ah, okay,
The
so
Yeets
like,
go
yeah,
forever.
also go-
It's okay though because
also
it's
go
my
longer.
child being
Like,
cute. So
later.
talk to you,
Yeah,
Gary.
it's fine.
I thought you guys wanted me to talk
Like
to
4 to
someone
Let's
other
start
than
at
you,
4
Gary.
and then either 4 to 11. And then
Thank you,
can
Leaf. I
see,
appreciate
depending
it.
on the situation.
You guys are sniping the Dodgers now. You're just sniping the Dodgers.
Okay. And then weekends we don't play at all, Roger, or what's your state?
I'm not sure yet. I'll see tomorrow, but
Okay.
Talk to Anar.
probably
Alright.
at least one of the days.
All right.
I will need to
This will be the 5th time I've
Yeah.
take
talked.
off.
I mean,
To
you're
an
not
NPC.
gonna kill it before anyways. So
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, yeah.
yeah, it doesn't really matter if we have one more weekend day or not. You know, I would just want to play in general to want to play, so I wouldn't push it if
Alright.
there is something that is
Guys.
important or something.
I don't
Alright.
have to tell you how important this is.
That's it, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking
Disconnected.
I don't need to tell you what's on the line here. But this one was like too. Nah, I believe you guys that they slowly unfold a story. Oh man, scratching my eyes real quick. Many more yeets. Bye. Thank you for the 34 months, almost 3 years of hanging out and talking. I really appreciate it, my friend. I really appreciate it. Azur with 5 more gifted subs. Mahonky with another sub to Bamboo. Leith with a sub to Riken. Mahonky with 5 gifted subs. Guys, you are beyond amazing. It is impossible to overstate how much I appreciate this. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. Stop your language. Oh my goodness, you are so smart. Language. English. Kep, thank you for the sub. I appreciate the support. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Many yeets. People are excited for MSQ. I'm excited for the MSQ too. The yeet's too loud now. Very soon, as cinematics start, I'll be turning off the notifications because although I love hearing my daughter's eat and I love the support that it indicates, I also don't want to be distracted from the story. So we'll turn it off very soon. It's getting louder. I think I can turn down the yeet while we do Anor. All right, we'll do it. We were all surprised by our sudden visitor, but the Hori was able to gauge the situation at a glance. He realized the Makot posed no immediate threat and permitted her to enter. That didn't mean he wasn't alert for some manner of trap. Maybe the Elder is the finer man after all. So Anor is trying to decide between the 2 boulders. Which boulder does she want? I guess that's something. I don't know. I don't know if that required me to click on her for the past 2 days of you telling me to do it. It's not nearly as compelling as the MSQ. I'll just put it that way. Why not both boulders? I mean, that's up to her and the boulders. Critical lore. Yeah, true. Critical lore. Alright, my friends. Once again, Azur, thank you so much for the 106 total gifted subs. Silent Fez with 98 total gifted subs. Thank you very, very much. You guys are unbelievable, and I really, really appreciate it. Willow with 11 just now. Thank you very, very much. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the stream. We are beginning. It is time. I'd keep the Oiler Wars going. My bank said 2 in a short time. That's probably good. That's probably good. If you're still enjoying the stream that much tomorrow, there's always tomorrow. Don't need to have the Oiler Wars going on today. Hey, I see Persea. We have come. Hello, my friends. The Oiler Wars postponed the beginning of the MSQ until enough people were able to arrive, and now we go. Welcome back, Robin. I don't know about you, but I'm heartily glad that all of the talking is over. I understand that these council meetings are important, but don't you find it tiresome to weigh every word before you speak it? Yes. Robin is very tired of being so cautious with his words. That said, people have been known to change. If my brother's willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. Yeah, I'm going to be doing MSQ. And then starting Alex when you guys tell me I'm ready for it, when the MSQ is over. I don't know how long each thing takes. Stream will go for probably 4 hours from now. That's my guess. Unless it's been like 3 hours and we're at a perfect stopping point or something. As much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we headed inside. My brothers and the others won't be long. You spoil us. You guys deserve it. You guys are an amazing, amazing chat, and it's fun to stream to you, and it's fun to do the MSQ with you. And besides, even if I weren't streaming, even if I were just playing this game by myself, I just want to know what happens. I'd be playing exactly as much. You returned from the council, but what of Alpha now? Did some other matter require his attention? My apologies, friends. I trust we haven't kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Kryl, how's Nago doing? She'll be alright, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment, and Tataru is keeping an eye on her, so we'll know if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. I'm certain she'll make a full recovery. Unless she's actually an agent of the Griffin who was sent here to cause us to panic about a resurgence of hostilities with the Imperials, causing us to go to the cities, causing them to increase their patrols, which will provoke the Imperials. That would be pretty five-head. Thank goodness for that. Now, maybe you'd share with us the Council's decision. Each of the nations, including Ishgard, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Eorzean alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial active aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I don't want to be an Imperial cup between the Resistance and the Alliance. Yeah, I agree with Ida. Wait, what did I just say? Oh my god, I'm actually wrong. There's no shot that agreeing with Ida's to play. That's the most convincing proof of being wrong I've ever heard in my entire life. One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would invite disaster. If only there was some way to reach the Griffin. Some means of convincing him to abandon this reckless course. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There's a network of tunnels beneath Baelsar's wall, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Alamigo, which could serve as a way in. That doesn't make any sense at all. I don't understand. They built a wall, therefore no one can get in. These are the rules as they were taught to me by my country. There is no way that anyone could have gone under, over, or through a great wall. You have strained my suspension of disbelief. I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I'm familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want. I'm coming too. Did Eorzea pay for it? I mean, they built it on Eorzean land with Eorzean resources. Though not only did they build a great wall, they also made Eorzea pay for it. But now there's some way through it, and I don't get it. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine. It has been too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi. Damn, that was alliterative as hell. Too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi. And I do not intend to waste the opportunity. The Borg, thank you for the sub. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only increase the risk of detection. Kryl and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of you levelus? I'll return to the East Shroud and watch over the border. If matters take a turn for the worse, it's wise for me to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, Robin? Gridania will be safer for your presence. And while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, could I ask that you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and such? Nod. Not a nod. To hold the fort, you mean? Very well. I suppose someone must do it. This is kind of interesting. I feel like in ARR they would have sent me under the walls of Alamigo to scout out to the whatever's happening over there. But this time other people are doing it. It's been the third or fourth time this has happened. They're splitting up and making it seem more like we actually are a unified force acting together for good instead of them all doing nothing while I do everything. Quite interesting. Safe travels, all of you. It's Thor. Oh, I'm sorry, Thorborg. I do appreciate the sub. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, Thorborg. Yeah, Scion's actually being useful in doing meaningful work and not feeling like I have to do every single part of it. If you have any unfinished business, do it now. I want to leave for Hawthorne Hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Baelser's wall, and I'd be interested to speak to the commanders who have installed themselves at its top. Very good. Let's go take a look at the Great Wall. You want to send your friend alone into the army of enemies? Yeah, well, I went from manservant to friend over the course of the past long time of hanging out with Alfie. I don't know how much canon time it was, but it's been, over a week of my time, so probably a year or more. Robin, there you are. Amarissai's spire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments at the wall. Fancy meeting the two of you here. We are about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say, 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have need of divine protection even if you are adventuring into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alfie, we have the griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Man, the lightning is crazy in this scene. Do make up your mind, Ida. A moment ago, you were ready to shake the griffin by the hand rather than neck. Which is it to be? Decide before we enter negotiations? Trust me, Papalamo. I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part I leave to you. Don't, chat. We walk right past it. No. It's the fruit is too low hanging. I feel a headache. Let's be on our way. As is he. Oh my god. Some things never change. Shall we make for the spire? Our alliance friends will have news for us. Ida would be lost without her Lala. That is true. Alright, here we go. South to the wall. Don't judge us because you don't get any shaking. I get plenty of shaking. Just not from anyone as pretty as Ida. As my mirror confirms every day. Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you're here to speak with our commanding officers. You'll find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. Brings me joy to have Jeet during the day and Mike at night. Sounds awesome. Is volume too low? Oh, yeah, I haven't turned it up. There you go. Fixed. Greetings, my friend. Good to see you both well. I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here, you see, and the sight of you might help remind them why we bothered. If memory serves, I haven't seen many of you since the day of the grand melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honor it is to stand at your side. This is Swag's cousin. 'Tis heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet. Is it? That's not quiet. Report. Fighting has broken out on top of the wall. A full-scale assault. The Griffin has made his move. Someone, anyway. And what's that supposed to mean? The attackers are wearing Grand Company colors. A false flag operation. We gave no such order. Of course. The wall was never the Griffin's target, it was bait. We've been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, lending weight to this deception. If those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This means war. How did we get tricked? Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Emperor's attention, it would be easy for the Griffin's supporters to slip into Alamigo. He could then incite a rebellion among the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain, while Eorzea, meanwhile, was plunged into chaos. Robin, we must go to the wall at once. Nod. What? Just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. Laura, I love the hair too, I'm glad you like it. Robin's so hot, it's kinda crazy. It'll be dangerous, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we're careful to avoid the skirmishing, we might reach the Griffin, and if we can do that, we can... ... Lady Hilda, please have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety. Ha! I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. Let's prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. Yeah, Pippin doesn't even really look like a Lalafell. I'm not sure he is. He might just be a little person. A small Raban, exactly. Lalafells are little persons, that's true. Forward, comrades! The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. This really was a pretty good plan. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost. I sympathize with this desire to liberate Alamiga. I really do. I think that we ought to. Hello, my friends. Is this metagaming or is there a dungeon coming? Hard to know. From what Papalamo told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I will go straight for the tunnels and intercept our comrades before they stumble into a bloodbath. You scale the wall. I wouldn't propose this if there was any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reason by any means necessary. Nod. Once we're free of the tunnels, we'll make for your position with all due haste, and if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will swoop in and spirit us to safety. I only pray we have enough time. Alright, so we're doing a dungeon. The wall. Baelsar's wall is now accessible. First, is it a dungeon or it's a dungeon? 4 people. I was instructed to put together a band, so I have to take Mzuzu. He's played guitar all morning. And then, let's see, we have the first whisper from Awe. Can't find you. And the second whisper from Arya. Apparently I don't have an Awe on my friends list. I need you to add me and we'll get you in the next one. We'll get you in the next one. Alright, my friends. It's time to make an assault upon this wall. Marking the border between the Black Shroud and Gear Abania, the legacy of Gaius von Belser is a towering monument to imperial tyranny, and now smoke rises from its iron crenellations. In a bid to drag the armies of Yorzi into the struggle for Alamegan liberation, the Griffin and his resistance fighters have disguised themselves in Grand Company uniforms and laid siege to Baelsar's wall. Alphanod seeks to call your companions back from the now meaningless mission of diplomacy. You must ascend the fortification and persuade the Griffin to abandon his mission. We are going to assault this wall. In fact, I think that we should tear this wall down. Is that a pig? Is that a dog? Is it a pig dog? Food. Alright, my friends. Let us begin. A Cold War reference for Zoomers. Surely everyone knows the Cold War reference of... Actually, never mind. I guess for many of you, I guess it's possible now to be like 20 years old and like the Cold War have ended a decade before your birth. You know? Oh my god, I'm so old. I'm so old. Ich bin ein Alamegan. I am 37. Cold War ended in my toddlerhood. Not that old, I know. It's just the done thing to make fun of yourself for being old, especially when you play video games for a living around a bunch of people like Tobo who are 14. The Magitic Predator. Armor reinforcements. We don't like that. Tobo's 14. He's not 14. Tobo is no more 14 than I am 15. Tobo is in his extremely young 20s. I think. Is Breach older than I am? I think Breach is older than I am. Yes. I don't know how much though, because he looks amazing and young both at the same time. He's 38. Oh, the old fuck! He's an entire year older than me! What a fucking boomer. How old do you think you'll be once you clear DSR? Oh my god, low blows. Low blows. Unacceptable. One of the guys who played 5th looked like he's 24 and he's 41. I mean, that's good, right? Which would you rather? Look 24 and be 41, or be 24 and look 41? I'd rather not be 1.5 decades closer to death, but what if the reality is that what you look like is how you are, and if you always look young, you'll just always be young? What if you never die until you look old? What is this crazy bullet hell? Severe copium overdose. How did you know? An assembly line of bad guys are coming. Does Dragonfire Dive have a longer animation lock than my other buttons? It feels like it does. Zeppela and Yuna prove that XIV keeps you young. I don't think I recognize those names, unless, and I apologize to everyone involved, I don't mean to be rude, I don't mean to talk big, but I seem to recall a Final Fantasy streamer who wears bunny ears, whose name starts with a Z. Is that Zeppela? That's Zeppela, and she recently had troubles because of Ukraine. Yep, so I do know her. Well, I don't know her. I know of her. I watched her stream once. She was doing some kind of mentor review that thing, I believe. There's no way she's 41. It's literally impossible. There's no fucking shot. No, I refuse to believe it. She's in her very young 30s or 20s, maybe late 20s, but there's no way she's 40. Arthur's is 56. I've never seen an Arthur's stream. If you Fantasia Robin to Bunny, no. Robin is already very hot. I will not be Fantasiaing Robin. Don't know what this is. Penalty. Oh! Oh! I was supposed to hold still. Ah! Stop it! I had to be still, and I was dancing around like a crazy person. Do I also have to... Huh. Interesting. Yeah, it says no action, movement, or even auto attack. Kind of crazy. Guys, it may interest you to know that there's actually been research done about reaction time delays due to age. And a decade of age between the ages of like 18 and 50 has around a 10 to 20 ms effect on your total reaction time. Literally moving a few miles closer or further away from your data center has more impact on your reaction time. Just some trivia for you. Copium? Nah, not even copium. I'm the oldest person in my guild, but I am far from the slowest. You're native, like someone who's obviously, if you're competing at a world level with people for whom reaction time is incredibly important, then you're at a disadvantage by being older. You know, Counter-Strike players, aging is bad because a 20 ms disadvantage is decisive when you're competing against people as fast as that. But if you're competing among like a slower game, which let's be honest, MMOs are, or among people for whom speed isn't the main consideration, reaction time is the main consideration, then native differences in base reaction time, unrelated to aim, are going to be much larger than the differences caused by age. Someone who is fast at 20 is going to be faster than most people at 40. He'll be faster than the fastest people, who are still 20, but he'll be faster than most of the people, even if they're 20. Your base reaction time is more important. Who's as slow as an echo? I don't know. We should have a reaction time test to see. That'd be fun. I think the primary reason why people do... There is a noticeable phenomenon of people getting worse at games when they get older. But I'm going to be honest with you, for the most part, it's because the vast majority of people play a lot of video games when they're 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then they slow down playing video games because of college, and then they go get a real job, and they get married, and they buy a house, and they have a family, and you stop trying. You stop caring about video games. You have other priorities. You stop practicing. And skill-based games If you aren't practicing, you are becoming worse at them. That's just true. Just like if you stop practicing the piano, you get worse at the piano. Guys, it's time. The mask is coming off, and it's Ilberd. Oh, that smile. I hate that smile. I can't wait to kill you. You betrayed us. Betrayer. Betrayer of everyone. Plus, you have an unbelievably small hitbox. Loser.
How'd you like these?
Normally, I'm not a believer in size shaming, but
Sloppy.
I hate him. Sloppy? No, it wasn't. That was clean as fuck.
I'll tear you limb from limb.
I backflip perfectly.
For Alamigo!
That's what that is. I don't understand this.
You know.
Oh, I'm supposed to have remembered which one went first.
How'd you like these?
He got me. I need a...
Yeah!
Everything's fine. That was sloppy. That was sloppy.
Sloppy.
Does he just say it that often?
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Awkward.
Sloppy.
It still hit him. It actually hit him.
Yeah!
We're out here fucking gaming. How many times did he say sloppy? He's a deep character. He is a deep character. It's true. But I'm glad to kill him because he betrayed me and my friends, and I want him to die. And I never really bought his whole I did it for Alamiga. No, there was a little bit of I did it for personal power and glory and money as well. He was jealous and angry that Raban had succeeded in a way that he hadn't, and he wanted more. He wanted to free Alamiga too, but he also wanted stuff for himself. So fuck him. Although I don't see his body. Where'd he go? Kill him.
You've beaten me, aye. But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
He's smirking again.
We did it! We showed the bastards! Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
Yeah. Fake uniforms.
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea.
Laurentius.
They die that others may live.
Laurentius? You.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells. Do you hear that?
War machines. How did they get here so quickly? Stand your ground! For the resistance!
Can't say that while you're wearing that uniform. Oh, damn. Oh, God. Poor guy. I mean, oh, poor girl. I can't blame you.
There's nowhere to run. We're cut off.
Oh my God, that's brutal. Holy fuck, it's a massacre at the wall.
Gods help us. What are we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful.
The Empire, huh?
Mighty Ralker, grant us the strength to crush our...
Are we primaling?
There you are. As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
Yeah.
What do we do?
But...
This is a massacre.
True. Ida, you're not wrong.
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Ilbird. I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat,
Seriously.
and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand. You truly are a sheltered child, Leveilleur.
Hey, he says Leveilleur like I do. I still hate you, though. No shot. Evil bastard.
Nidhogg's eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces.
They just died downstairs, man.
My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Al Amigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood.
They just died downstairs, you fucker. I hate you.
You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
Suckle the souls of the hopeless.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Incoming primal.
Summoned? You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power!
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
Prayers aren't the only way to summon primal. Yeah, we saw that with Titan. This is tying into Titan summon after our poor friend, our poor young kobold friend died and summoned a primal through his grief for his parents. Gabu. He didn't need prayer. And these guys' desire for vengeance and help from their god Ralgar is as potent as his cry for his parents, certainly. Gabu's not dead, but his parents are. Did I say Gabu's dead? I meant his parents are dead. And he's not tempered either, he's fine.
What? Here? Now?
I don't think you can summon anything worse than Bahamut.
Like hells you will!
Eat a punch!
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all!
Ugh. That sound. Tell... Tell me he fucked up his summoning and just splatted. Yeah, he did splat. My goodness.
This light, is it... His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do!
There is one thing.
What? Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Ah, Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Did give him the stick.
Timtimati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalimo! I know how that spell works. It is time to leave.
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
No! If you're staying, then so am I.
No, Ida. There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here. Not like this.
Save him? I don't know how.
Take
He's not
her.
even talking to me.
Please, you have to take her.
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you. Go!
I bet I could. Maybe with some friends? We'll save him. Whoa! Buddy!
Hilda! I think he means now!
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
That's a fancy prison. It's fading to white. So who was this primal if not Ralgar? Worse than Bahamut. It's sad. I didn't have like some crazy close emotional connection to Polymo. He was the first Scion we met with Ida, but he was usually off doing other stuff. So I'm sorry he's gone, but it's not anything like when Philia or Estinian or Harshfont were in trouble. Nothing like Ysael. I do feel bad for Ida. She was sad that he's gone. React harder? I'm reacting honestly. Yeah, Moonbreeda seemed more traumatizing than this. Admit it because he's Lala? No, I think if Kryle were to ever die, which of course she won't, because that would break everyone's heart, and Square would never do that to us, then I'd be very sad. Papalamo dying is sad, but he wasn't in my life a lot, my being Robin's. He was usually off doing his own thing, and he seemed like a sidekick kind of, I don't know. So I'm not super emotionally invested into him. It's sad that he's gone. I suspect I'll feel very bad for Ida, but I didn't talk to him a lot. But and he went out doing what he wanted to do. He caged a primal just like Louisoix did and saved his friends. I still hate Ilberd though. I'm glad he's dead. I care a lot more about Ilberto dying. He was a great villain. He was a great villain. I hate him. I hate him. He did nothing wrong. Yes, he did. See, this is sadder. People being left behind to grieve is like almost sadder. I feel bad for Ida's loss of her friend. Especially because Ida is like lost without her friend. She needed him. Alamo is my friend and I should have been there with him. You were his friend and he wanted you to be safe. You could see it in his eyes, Ida. He knew what he was doing and what had to be done. Master Louisoix had the same look right before the end. I know that. But of course it doesn't help, I know. He could have done nothing else. Even Robin was powerless to stop Ilberd. If you must blame someone, blame me. Don't blame Thancred. It's not his fault. He just saved your life. You'd have been useless there and died for nothing. He wants to be left alone, maybe? Leave Ida with me. Go back to the Rising Stones. The others need to know what happened. They gotta stop with the quest complete music in the middle of this. I find myself at a loss for words. Thancred is right. We must return to the Rising Stones and apprise our companions of all this. Tatar is going to be heartbroken. Make your way there at once, and I will send word to Stola and the others of our imminent return. I don't know what Odin is, but I'm going to ignore it in case it has anything to do with anything that might ever come up. Seems you bring ill tidings, brother. Behind the griffin's mask we found the grinning face of Ilberd. Somehow he had the eyes of Nidhogg, whose power he used to initiate a summoning ritual, and Papalamo sacrificed his life to contain the primal. But we need to learn more about it. If it were worse than Bahamut, wouldn't it break its way out just like Bahamut did? To attempt such a magic requires every ounce of one's ether. No one could cast it and hope to survive. It was ever a last resort. I'm certain Papalamo was aware. Thus the pupil followed in the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave. I have as yet been unable to explain how Ilberd came to possess Nidhogg's eyes. Yeah, you guys didn't see that part. In the depths of the sea of clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind aspected ether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. Maybe it was the work of an Ashen. But now is not the time for idle speculation. Kryl, I need your help. Of course. We must inspect the cocoon of light, ascertain the state of the primal trapped within. I agree. We need to find out what it is as fast as possible in case the wards don't hold. I can't promise I'll be able to sense much through the barrier, but I will do my best. Let's do it. I have not done Alex yet. Bahamut is a primal, yes. We heard all about Bahamut being a primal through the course of the Coils questline, and then once again when we spoke in Azisla with a giant sister of Bahamut's, who in her grief was tricked by the Ashens centuries and centuries ago into summoning a primal replacement for her brother / wife. Without so much as a by your leave. Pray forgive Archon Stola her brevity. She seeks employment, lest her grief deprive her of the will of act. A desire to comfort Ida compounds her haste. Yeah, and Tiamat mourned both the real Bahamut and her role in creating the primal Bahamut, that she has succumbed to the despair and has no motive or willingness to move or leave her prison. She wants to just sit there and be sad until the end of time. Which seems to be something of a character trait among dragons, because Hraesvelgar's first words to us were, "Leave me the fuck alone and let me die in peace." Dragons seem to get real depressed for a very long time. They don't recover from grief. I too must contend with this grievous loss in my own way. By thy leave, Lady Elisai, I will honor our fallen colleague through study. There are writings that may further our understanding of these words. Thank you for translating Yuri Andrew to English. Yeah, no problem. Maybe I was too quick to judge. Surrendering to sadness and regret is a poor tribute to Palamo's sacrifice. We must begin preparations to face Ilberd's accursed creation without delay. What time we have was purchased at too dear a price for us to squander it. Robin, I wish I had more to tell you, but the situation in the East Shroud is largely unchanged. We have no idea how long it will be before the Primal breaks out. The communication from the Alliance. Of course, our representatives will be there. My thanks. Word from Gridania, the Council will be reconvened. The Alliance leaders have begun to assemble. They wish to discuss the Primal, of course, as well as perhaps the recently provoked Empire. As of Yshtola's last report, the cocoon yet hung above the wall unchanged. And this whole thing with Ilberd and the Primal and Papalamo's sacrifice almost made me forget. That lil lala fucker Yu Hase showed back up again. Eat him. We need to. There's another loose thread there. There's something going on. The Elder Seatseer doubtless shares our concerns about how long it will remain so. I'm told Sid Garland has been called in to add his expertise to proceedings. Is squander a commonly used word in English? No. Squander is a rare word in common English parlance. Of course, so is parlance. Squander is a rare word in common English talking. Sorry. The more minds we have working on this, the better. I suggest we leave the Rising Stones into Taru's capable hands and make haste for Lotus Stand. Yeah, waste is a much more common word than squander. It's not like, it's not some ridiculously obscure word that no one knows, but it is rare. You won't hear people talking about it. This is back at Waking Sands, right? That looked like Waking Sands.
A word, if you would, good sir. This place.
Towering traveler.
It is within the realm of Eorzea.
Ah, we've been sailing a ways then.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay. Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
He's a big boy.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Punk, you didn't answer my fucking question.
Hey? Yes? You're in Eorzea?
Ah! A plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again.
That's a small
You do not believe
boat.
that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port.
There's no way. That's a tiny fucking boat. That's so little. You couldn't carry enough food and water to last you across the ocean. You have a ship out there. You're making a joke. Oh.
Though, 'twould perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order.
Brief repast.
Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
The feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Uh-huh.
Good God, man. Are you alright?
Bedge, my friends, bedge. Hello.
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
Alright. -1 Lalafell, +1 Giant. Vinrod, Akuyuye, Combat Butler, Clydeson, Yabaneko. Thank you all very much for the subs. I really appreciate the support. I'm grateful. I'm glad that you're enjoying the stream. Checking some DMs. And then we go. Speak with the Silent Conjurer. Mm-hmm. Ha! You guys doubted me and said I was dumb. He talks. I knew it. I knew it. It just happened. It just happened that he didn't talk at the exact same time that I was making a comment about how he said he's silent, but he talks. Deliberately making me look bad. It's his name, John Silent. Oh shit. This is quite the council.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
I agree.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken.
Yep, we can all
After
see
measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
And what is its nature?
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon, of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment.
Does the cocoon have defense mechanisms, or is the primal reaching past
Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
So the primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Read.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
That's a tough one.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle?
Oh, hello,
Or have you no
Nero.
stomach for the obvious solution?
What in the hells are you doing here?
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Who is this man?
Yeah. Literally who?
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
Last we saw, you were investigating what I hypothesize was the machine on the field of Cartano that Tameji wanted, something called Omega, in search for some kind of superpower.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Omega.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartano since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry?
Oh my
Do you
god.
understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity.
And then I told them that I'm a mechanical genius, and everyone clapped. What the fuck? Oh, come on, bro.
And as luck would have it, I'm graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years studying side by side at the academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I.
Just countrymen, or...
But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame?
Hey, sounds like you're making fun of me. Stare.
Let us approach the
He
problem
looked away.
in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
No. It could also just as well mean it's broken.
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartano while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
You know, he didn't really answer the question.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one.
He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
You're asking me? Yeah.
He makes me grind my teeth is what he does. But I suppose we don't have much of a choice.
Yeah. The Primal's gonna get out. At least the elegant technology kept Bahamut locked away for thousands of years. Plus, he was really easy to get rid of once we destroyed the
Would
quills
the
that
Council be
supported
willing
him.
to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Yes. The task of
Yes.
restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Carteneau and take command of Omega. Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
The other one. Nod.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Carteneau being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
True.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
Wow, right in front of him, too.
My blade is yours.
Jesus, she's so wicked. Gave him the side eye while she said
Not
it.
a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
All right. Okay. So we're going to use some Allagan primal controlling technology to try to deal with the giant primal in the sky. That was an unexpected development and raises a number of questions, including how Nero learned of the council meeting. Also, why he came. Is it that he needs our help in order to use this machine he's found, or is it that he's just, you know, genuinely trying to help, and that's why he didn't just use it himself for fun? Ooh, giant robot I play with and try to become powerful. Of course, we know that he has a gigantic chip on his shoulder from when he and Sid were at the university and afterwards, and Sid was always considered the good one. We learned that when we were going through the Praetorium, I think it was. Intensely jealous of Sid's accomplishments and renown, this may simply be an opportunity for him to show Sid up. Coco, enjoy your evening. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for hanging out for a little bit. We're assembling at the airship landing. Alisai is on her way, and wouldn't do to lag too far behind. Let us be off. Good memory. It's an interesting story. Pretty good. There's a guy standing on me. I couldn't see myself clap. Alright, where are we going? Airship landing, the other way. A bit too good? No, no. Always take displays of skill at face value. Airship landing. Tell Roger to play a song. I do need him to play a song. Sid! It's so weird to me that the airship landing is downstairs. Ready to go? The others have stepped onto the landing for a moment, lest you wonder. Nero insisted he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. You can lower the BGM 0. Yeah, but I don't know that it's any faster. They're on a cliff. Yeah, I know it works. Architecturally, it just feels weird, you know what I mean? I expect to go up. You let him, despite his very timely offer of assistance. The thought of that man poking about the workings of the ship without supervision doesn't fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Afano. Your sister was adamant he would never leave her sight. She and Yugiri are right here. Yeah, Gridani music has a certain passage that sounds exactly like the Shire. I think that's everyone. Shall we go to Cartano? Might I ask we delay slightly? I need a few hours. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon as we speak, and I want to hear what they have to say before we go on. It seems wise to understand as much as we can before making our plan. I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Why are you always such a passive-aggressive dick? Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it. Nice. Forgive me, my lady. I'll keep my counsel until such time as you've finished procrastinating. Yeah, Battlefries, Robin's got some new hair. Alright, while Alphino speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordana and we can reconvene at the Rising Stones. My apologies for the trouble. I'll visit your Stola right now and join you as soon as I can. Robin, please accompany Alisai back to the Rising Stones. I would feel safer knowing you're there to entertain our guest. Right. Everyone going to Mordana can travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. Good hair. Yep. Robin looks amazing. Alright, Haida. Indeed, we need to get on the Enterprise Excelsior. And here we are in Mordana. Not quite door to door, but I couldn't land her in the toll's main square. Shall we adjourn to the Rising Stones? Sure. Did you take another airship at the same time? That's funny. So all that was just a different version of the airship. In terms of dialogue, but they use the exact same airship program. I don't know why I mounted up. Nero.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight.
There is, on the other hand, a very prominent and well-supplied bar.
It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in magitech innovation.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
A tea kettle. Stare. She's not looking away, team. She stared him down. She won.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Ida.
By your leave!
Oh, it's the big boy.
Good God, that voice could fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger. I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Watch out. He's coming.
Kozetsu. Why are you come to Eorzea?
Kozetsu.
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly.
That's strong language for a
But
refugee.
now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
You're not a refugee.
It is not so simple, Kozetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
50-50 chance, I think, that Gozetsu punches him. Crossing my fingers.
The Empire!
Never mind, I lose.
You, Giddy? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald?
I thought he was going to be like, how dare you interrupt my conversation with Yugiri and just punch him in the face. But instead he's going to be like, I love fighting the Empire.
Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
What was that cheer, my friend? Oh my. I'm quite sure anyone near you would tremble at the noise of your coming. Robin, can I speak to you for a moment? Do you remember when I had you meet me at the Diamond Forge and we ambushed you? Yes. Once we had your measurements, I started making you a traveling outfit in your spare time. I only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. New outfit. Try it on right now. You'll have to leave the room for me to change in modesty. She likes it. I don't know. The fit should be right. Snug but not too snug. How does it feel? Thumbs up. You're not just saying that, are you? I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the Warrior of Light makes all the practice worthwhile. You've done good, Tataru. You've gone a long way from not knowing how to do anything. I sewed in a blood pearl charm to bring you home. I hope it always protects you. Monocle, jacket, bottoms, and boots. Thank you, Tataru. It's very sweet. Lacks yellow? Maybe. So, we have to wake Omega up. When do we start? Ida, are you sure? I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I feel better when I'm being useful. Very well. I will remain here and coordinate our efforts with the Alliance. Alphino, return to Gridania and assist Y'shtola and Kral. A fine idea. The rest of us will form the Carton Expedition Party. Nier and I will rouse Omega, while Robin, Ida, and our Doman friends take care of security. Oh, yeah. Nod. Nod. The Excelsior is by the lake just outside town. We'll leave as soon as everyone is ready. Sequential nodding. Sometimes we nod solo, sometimes we nod sequentially, and sometimes we nod synchronized. There's always nodding. Such a versatile communicative tool. Almost no situation cannot be addressed with a well thought out nod. Hello, Sid. Hello, Masuzu. We don't have far to go. With any luck, we'll be in Cartonyo before Gosetsu graces the deck with his dinner. Once there, we'll need to be on our guard. Given that Elaine was still active when Omega was discovered, we can be sure that the Empire has long been aware of its existence. And if Nero deemed it the obvious solution to the threat posed by the new Primal, it's not impossible Garlemald might do the same. Elaine. The traitor who was possibly set up and made to look like more than she was by Ilberd to cover up for his own treason. I recall fighting her. She was a traitor, though. She wasn't set up. I think she may have been used as a patsy by Ilberd to throw the scent off of him. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something tells me we're flying into a fight. She was a traitor? I know. I said she was. But I think she was small time compared to Ilberd. Guys, I literally said she was a traitor. But I also think Ilberd was using her to get attention off himself. Because he was even then planning his own betrayal.
Now, where was that? Ah! I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
Excellent.
How convenient. You've been here before.
True. Now he wants to show off.
It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
And fame.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland.
Aye. Yo, that's a lot of green.
Engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it?
He's got a gun shield and a gun mace, I'm guessing. Holy moly.
It's like all my name days have come at once.
Of all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
That's right. I'm Robin. Wait, everyone's leaving? No, we're all gonna fight. Ida needs something to punch. Hello? Gozetsu taking the first line.
Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
So this is when they introduced the job. They're doing it with him just like they did the other job with Yugiri. A gun hammer and a gun shield. That's a lot of gun. You want to go first, Gosetsu? You want me to go first? It's up to you. I don't care. I guess I'll go first.
This one'll sting.
Leave this to me.
I have you!
You watching, Pabalimo?
Oh, that's a little bit of a sad line.
Your defense is lacking.
Tis my right to strike!
It's all over now. An opening.
With soul and steel!
Dun, 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 dun. Love you, I thank you. Surrender, we have you outnumbered. No, you don't. Wouldn't be the first time. Moshi Moshi! Hi! In the middle of a fight. I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. Hey! Behold the Red Baron! End this nonsense. No one told me they'd have Magitek armor. Anyway, charge! This honorless cur thinks to abandon his men. I'll see he shares their fate. Attend to the rest of his minions. Nod. What do I got? That did something.
No holding back.
Boom.
An opening.
Tis my right to strike!
It's all over now. No retreat. No surrender.
With soul and steel!
You watching, Pabalimo?
I wish you would stop saying it. It's so sad.
Leave this to me.
Look upon us, samurai of Doma!
This one'll sting.
Your defense is lacking.
I have you!
stand your ground. They're leaving, buddy. They're leaving. Hey!
No holding back.
An opening.
'Tis my right to strike!
It's all over now.
No retreat. No surrender.
With soul and steel!
Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Elusive jump is fast. Elusive jump feels slow to me compared to like a WoW disengage, but it's obviously quite possible it's significantly faster than it used to be for you guys. It's not a get out of snapshots free card, you know what I mean? It's slow enough that if you get snapshotted, you're still fucked. But it feels good to pull off. Like, I enjoy pushing the button. Hello.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
So you just really wanted Sid here to watch this. Whoa.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously. Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
Okay, alright.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Simply initiate an emergency shutdown. Sounds good. That sounds very straightforward.
I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
Yeah, we don't have a choice.
I suppose not.
Nod. You can do this, Ida. I believe in you.
All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Haha. I didn't mean you had to push the button.
That's the one.
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
You said press, not punch.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
That's a little weird.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't judge. Kinks of all kinds. That thing is loose. Oh shit. Spider crab versus green dragon. Appears to have some moves. Oh, it flies. Classic. Good. I hope that blast wave wasn't, you know, radioactive. It's crazy. This 1,000-year-old robot was just like, yo, and went to war. Oh, I see. They both destroyed each other and our problems are over. Man, that was convenient.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
I hit stuff with a sword.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
So we just don't even know what happened. We have to go find out. Oh.
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalimo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
I'm confused. I thought those neck tattoos were like Archon markings. You studied magic, you majored in something. And I always wondered what she studied, but I didn't know it would go away. Not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. One moment everything was functioning perfectly and the next it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened for ourselves. Words can ill express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling toward the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. Wind, water, lasers. I have to see with my own eyes. Yes. Ida, wait. We have to... The Elder Seeds here is expecting us. Don't worry, Alfie. Gosetsu and I will watch over her. You may attend your meeting. Thank you, Yagiri. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let's make haste for the Lotus Stand. Everyone wants to hear what you have to say. What I have to say? I didn't do anything. I didn't even nod very much this time. Robin hasn't done shit. Robin was just kind of there. Didn't push the button, didn't unleash Omega, didn't fight the Primal. I fought some Imperials along with everyone else. Nero let me use a machine. I convinced Ida that it was the right thing we were doing. But my testimony doesn't seem particularly useful here. Thank you for the sub, B-Core. I appreciate it. Guys, I'm not complaining that I didn't do anything. I'm taking issue with being told they need your testimony. My friends, we've eagerly awaited your return. Few indeed could have done what you did, and we thank you for doing it. Too kind, Elder Seetsier. We as good as demanded the right to try, but how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in waking Omega, yes, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. We were blind to everything that happened. What words could do justice to such a scene? None of my choosing, that much is certain. But I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from its midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Gear Albania. The primal's might defied belief. It seemed the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows. And it wielded such magics as I have never seen and hope to never see again. Yeah, it was super powerful. Tidal wave, laser beams, fire. The battle raged on with no end in sight until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere on Alamegan soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eye, it seemed that each had landed a fatal blow upon the other. Pog. While most among us could think only of Bahamut when looking upon the form, the Domans were heard to whisper the name Shinryu. The being resembles a creature of far eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. The Shinryu's fate, and that of Omega, is unknown. We have no eyes on the Gear Albanian side of the border. Aye, which is why we've sent our main force under the command of Marshal Tarupin to capture the wall. Capture the wall? With the Imperials in disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Gridania's border and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. We're yoinking their wall. The Empire built the wall, but we're taking it away. Manifest destiny, baby, our wall now. That explains a few things. That flash of light probably coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we re-engage the stasis system, so if it has fallen into the Empire's lap, they can't use it. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would take them decades to decipher its core functions, if ever. Such reassurances do much to calm our fears, but the relic's fate is only one of several concerns. Indeed, I submit the time has come for us to make contact with the Resistance representatives in Gear Albania. Though Ilberd has forced their hand, it's only logical to seek an alliance, given the inevitability of Imperial retaliation, especially if we yoink their wall. By working in concert, it's not impossible that Alamigo might be liberated. We could bring freedom and democracy to Little Amigo. No, Big Amigo. Nod. Ilberd won. Yeah, but at least he's dead. I've always agreed with liberating Alamiga. I've always agreed with pushing the Imperials out of our lands. I've been saying that since a really, really early level. I don't even remember how long ago in ARR. I was saying, why are you guys okay with these encroaching Imperial bases in our territory? But fuck Ilberd, though. You must be exhausted. I would ordinarily suggest we retire directly to the Rising Stones, but I wonder if first we might make a detour. Ishtola and the others have gathered in Amarasai's spire, and I imagine you too would be interested to see what's become of the wall. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Let's see the wall. They have guns and we have spears. That is undeniably true. But we're learning we should take their guns and take their walls and then kick them out of our country. And take their jobs. True. This is not the right way.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
It looked very impressive.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety.
though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
Not surprised.
It was like
Big tidal
watching a
wave.
nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilberd's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am
Couldn't it
quite
also be on
certain the
us?
abomination would have obliged had
And
it
his
not
own
found itself
land?
outmatched by a mega.
Ilbert's such a
Gods!
wink.
I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She's up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhaps she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
Indeed. Let's go see if Ida needs company and comfort.
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Very sad.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Goggles?
Ida, there is no need to explain. But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric.
We heard about that from one of the Alamigan resistance people.
And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too, and I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon. She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started? You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Whoa.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade. It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know.
So your sister was an Archon, and you weren't. And Papa Limo gave you a fake magical tattoo to make you look like an Archon?
Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
I'm gonna go with Robin's tried and true.
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise.
Lise.
When Papa Limo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role.
I mean, yeah. It never made sense that you had Archons being these studious magical masters, and then her also having an Archon tattoo.
Papa Limo
But she's
agreed
still
to help,
good.
of course.
She still tries
but it was
hard.
never what
She
he
does
wanted
good
for me.
things.
He
She has
wanted
her
me to
own
walk
worth.
my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
I agree with your mission, but it's gonna be weird thinking of you as Lise instead of Ida.
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim
Yeah, I'd
that I
know the
never
road.
doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
So they're going to Doma because something's going on with their master, whoever he is. Some kind of enigmatic issues over there. She was a refugee along with most of her people from Doma. We didn't really know much other than that they had fought and been suppressed and ran. He's brave of Lise to remove her mask after so long. That's actually kind of true. Although I guess she had to, because we would have been like, hey, where's your neck tattoo? But after maintaining a lie for years, it can be very hard to let go of that lie. Like, super hard. Probably. I wouldn't know because I never lie. But you guys maybe have experience with that. Though she had scarce begun to come to terms with Papalamo's loss, that one act made plain her determination to move forward. Should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on the road she has resolved to walk. Should she ever falter, yeah, we will help her. I think that Ida has her own worth. This is one of my core beliefs, guys. Like, it sounds stupid, but it's true. This is one of my core beliefs. You do not deserve credit for most of what you are. You don't deserve credit for liking chocolate better than vanilla. You don't deserve credit for being short rather than tall, and you don't deserve credit for being smart rather than not. You didn't do it. You didn't earn it. It's not your fault, and it's not your credit. It's not something to be proud of, nor something to condemn others for. It is undeniably true that Ida is of fairly low IQ. But what matters is her heart and her decision-making and her courage. Doing the best to make the world a better place with the tools that you have. That deserves admiration. That's what I think. Credits. Well, we're left with a few hanging threads. The resistance is riled up and damaged by the actions of what I can only describe as scumbags, including friggin' Yu Hase. The Empire is probably angry, and the Eorzean Alliance is ready for war. So it seems like maybe the upcoming action will focus on what happens with Alamigo. Will we liberate it? Will the Empire come fight however it harder? What the hell is Yu Hase doing? Then we have a little bit of a cliffhanger of Doma. The Domans arrived on our shores as refugees and needed our help, and we gave it to them, but they have long since repaid any debt owed for our giving them shelter, and perhaps it is incumbent upon us to aid them in whatever's happening in their lands.
One soul's cry, a passion welling within. Sacrifice, a final plea to her king.
So, my list of things to do is almost over, my friends. My next instruction is to do Alex. MSQ until Stormblood, then Alexander. So next up is Alexander. Trailer first. If you guys want, I can watch the trailer. I have been given permission by the mods who decide these things. I should probably turn this in first, right? Skipper, I've been given permission to skip the credits. He may have mentioned it, but Alphinaud has apprised me of all that came to pass in Gridania. Your only task now is to rest. This is the calm before the storm. Lys has chosen her path, and as her friends we must do what we can to support that choice. We're going to join the conflict in any case. Once the Alliance has captured the wall and opened the way to Girabania, we have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the plight of those whom one might conceivably say is not wisdom, but indolence. Amen. Viva la Resistance. I, for one, look forward to joining hands with the Almegans and striking a blow against the tyranny of the Empire. Hell yeah! Let's do it. Get these damned Imperials out of our land. We'll take their wall, and we'll take our land. Bring freedom and liberty to the population. Quick march. The Imperials will soon come to their senses, and we must be ready to face the retribution. Do we want to talk about American army bases all over Europe? If you want. But we have permission. There's a difference between an invading nation capturing your bases and attacking anyone that goes near them versus, you know, being allies. It's almost time, Father. I almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. Oh my god, I would love to see that. Can you imagine this little Lalafell being charged by Raban? Pippin's a pimp? True. Very well, Ilberd. I will take our homeland back. For the both of us. Fuck Ilberd. Ilberd didn't won. I hate Ilberd. I believe we are once more in Garlemald. My Lord Viceroy. Our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Baelsar's wall has fallen to the Eorzean Alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown Icon continues, though both yet elude us. My lord, their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Perchance, should we divert some of our forces from the search to undertake reconstruction work? He didn't answer. Forgive me, my lord. Your will be done. Unknown. My spies tell me the Domans call it a Shinryu, and then it proved a match for Omega. The coming days promise to be interesting. Viceroy. Viceroy. The far edge of fate, the road begins anew. Heroes look to eastern skies and behold their crimson hue. A dawn of liberation and a gathering storm of blood. That's it. Next MSQ, I presume, is the next expansion. Alright, first, before I go watch the trailer, guide me to the quest that I would accept to start Alexander. I don't know where the quest is. I'm not going to do it tonight, that's going to be tomorrow. But I need to know where it is. Itlshire. Which is in Gervania? Question mark? Yep. Gervanian hinterlands. And I'm looking for a quest called... Question mark? God damn, there are a lot of blue quests. Disarmed. Disarmed is south. Glowfix. A goblin offering this quest. But I won't take it right now. This is tomorrow's work. Now, we will watch the trailer. But first... Tomorrow, we start raid at 1600. CET. So I start stream at 1200. That means we have 5 hours of MSQ before DSR progression. Hog. Alright. Play an ad before the trailer? I can't. It says that one is played too recently. I can't do it. So we should be good. So I assume you want me to watch the Stormblood demo and title. Correct? Here we go. Whoa. Yo, is she a dancer? Oh, I don't care. Kiss? Oh, God bless. I think that says come. So maybe we are gonna help Doma. They brought guns. Sure, that caused a considerable amount of property damage. It's our friends. Kozetsu. All right. Trailer tells you nothing. I don't know. I think I learned something about the direction of the expansion. We are indeed gonna chase that that cliffhanger by which we're wondering what's going on in Doma. Taking the war to the Imperials, both in our homeland, liberating Alamiga, and on the Imperial's own soil, which I strongly encourage. I think I remember saying when the Domans first fled here that maybe it would be wise to use that discord in the Garlemaldians' own territory against them. Send some agents over there. Seed some discord. I don't know what's happening, but I need to make sure it doesn't. No spoilers. So, tomorrow, starting at noon European time, 5 in the morning Central US time, I will begin the MSQ, and I will be doing Alexander. That will end my Heavensward adventures. If I finish in that 5 hours, I don't know how long it'll take. And then I'll proceed with Stormblood. Switching Monk? Nope, I'm playing Dragoon. Dragoon's Own. You'll be out of the free trial? Oh, darn. I'll have to start paying. Change to Samurai? Nope, I'm a Dragoon. I did Warring Triad. Yesterday, I think. Or this morning. I don't remember. Why would I stop playing Dragoon? Dragoon owns. I am the Azure Dragoon. I would never dishonor my friend Estinian by abandoning his job. Do playtime later? Yeah, we can do that. If you want, I can do that now. I'll log in, do playtime. Any other questions? I'm going to be finishing. Can you give us a recap of the story from beginning to now? How about you just ask me lore questions and see if I actually remember. Is he paying attention or not? Do Dark Knight questline? It's quite possible that when I'm done with the MSQ, I will talk to the mods, Leith and Vi and other folk, and make an itinerary of side content, which could include dungeon storylines, side storylines, and other job storylines, in order to see more of the game. Yes, but MSQ is first. How many parts was Teleji cut into? That's an easy one. A very memorable scene. Scion tier list. I don't do tier lists. Average airspeed velocity of a laden chocobo. Is it a black chocobo? As I recall, those are the ones that fly. When they introduced flying to me in Ishgard, they offered me a black chocobo for it. A big black chocobo. Do a tier list? I don't do tier lists. It's like, no, I know, I have it. They gave it to me. They were like, hey, you can fly with this. But I couldn't. What did you think of Warring Triad and Sky Pirates? I thought the Sky Pirates questline was pretty entertaining, a little lighthearted, but it introduced a lot of lore that I had no idea about. The wars involving the Mahi Magi, who were interested in weapons of magical destruction and ended in a flood and caused all the issues by locking up a well, whatever she was, Sarah. And a broader otter. Hobbies include playing and having fun on an island in the sun. Thank you for the otter, my friend. You can skip Alexander? Nah, I'm gonna do Alexander. What are your thoughts on the expansion as a whole that you've done all the story arcs? I thought it was a great expansion. A very broad-ranging expansion with a lot of different fronts of storytelling. I thought that the Thordan storyline, the Dragon Song War Thordan storyline was extremely compelling and extremely awesome. But I'm also very interested in the Alamegan storyline. How did Alphino character development feel? Good. Good. Alphino began as a snot. And he stayed a snot for a really long time. He was annoying, he was bossy, he was arrogant, he treated me like garbage and didn't seem to care. He treated his friends and his own sister like garbage and also didn't seem to care. He was self-righteous. He was all the bad things. But having failed miserably with the Crystal Braves and then having a couple more failures handed to him and then actually becoming friends with some people, he has matured and grown, and now he actually works and fights and listens to others. He's grown a lot. His sister's still better. Who was Laurentius and why did he help Ilberd? If I recall correctly, Laurentius, and this is the important part because everything hinges from this, Laurentius we first met a long time ago in the MSQ, way back when, in Gridania. True or false? Am I remembering the right guy? And in Gridania, Laurentius was a member of the Twin Adder's Guards, where he was assigned to patrol duty and had knowledge of both patrol routes, patrol schedules, and supply depots, which he sold to the Imperials. We caught him at it, and he sicked Imperials on us trying to kill us. Afterwards, we defeated the Imperials, and Laurentius repented of his sins and said, "I'm so sorry, I confess, I was a traitor. I only did it because I wanted money." And said, "I'll turn myself in." He turned himself in, time passed, and then, later, after Alfie received permission to found the Kristaru Braves, we were wandering around looking for suckers to join, and there was Laurentius, just released from prison, wondering what a felon could do to turn his life around. We offered him a job in the Crystal Braves, where he immediately betrayed us. Once again, I believe for money. How'd I do? Another pet. Tiny Tapir. Natives of the New World claim that tapirs grow by devouring the dreams of their owners, and now you know what to expect. Oh no. A tapir. Tapir? War Master level? I know. What I didn't know for sure was, during the betrayal of the Bloody Banquet, we got sent by the innkeeper, and I'm afraid I don't remember her name, who told us that... what was her name? Elaine? Had needed us somewhere, and we went there, and we found the crystal vial containing the poison traces that were used to frame us for the murder of the Sultana. And as we left, we saw Laurentius being all sneaky and suspicious, which made us sneaky and suspicious, but we didn't yet know that he was a traitor. It was just weird. And I don't, like, after that, information became very scarce for a while. It wasn't clear whether he was a traitor, it wasn't clear whether he was a traitor for Ilberd, or whether he was a traitor for Yu Yu Hasei, or if the two were that separate. Lots of missing information. Do I remember her name? Aliane. That's right, Aliane. follow the story as Lolorito. Lolorito is a champion 5-head plotter who has achieved all of his aims admirably. He got rid of his economic rival. He stifled the beginnings of democracy in his city. He took effective control of a figurehead government. Can't argue with his results. Slash playtime, is that how I do it? Slash playtime. It says 4 days, 7 hours, and 27 minutes. Rookie numbers? Of course. Just started. When did you make the character? Exactly that long ago. I made the character and started playing that very day. What was the name of the Mogul whose name you forgot? You're talking about Moghan. The Mughal was named Moghan. He tested our remembering him to see, to see if we remembered him. And I didn't. But now I do. What's the name of Yshtol's sister? Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I don't remember. Is there a reason I would know? Yeah, we met her briefly. We did. We met her briefly. Mitra. Yeah, that sounds right. I honestly don't remember. One last question? No. We're done for the day. Just talking with chat. You saw where they are? I did. And you can watch VODs on the channel, but some of the VODs are gone because I don't do very well with DMCA. Oh, yeah. She's the summoner NPC. God, I couldn't remember. We went to Ymitra in order to get a blood relationship to Y'shtola because the Elder Seedseer said that she could communicate with the elementals but only through feelings, and she also needed a blood connection. And someone said, oh, Y'shtola has a sister, and we went and talked to her, and they used her to find Y'shtola in the live stream. I remember. What did you think of the Warrior of Darkness story? Honestly, it wasn't my favorite part of the story. I thought it was a little, I don't know, contrived maybe? A little strange. Not my favorite. What can we expect? We're doing DSR progression tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, but we're stopping soon because of MDI. The only part of the Warrior of Darkness storyline that I really truly enjoyed was the Urianger part. I think that was pretty well done. But the actual Warrior of Darkness and their plan and their victimhood and that stuff, not my favorite. It was kind of okay. Yeah, it was like trying too hard to make them a bad guy and they weren't really, and not enough, sitting and talking. What's Lucia's full name? I don't know. Fuck if I know. Something Roman. What's the MDI? The MDI is the Mythic Dungeon Invitational, wherein teams from World of Warcraft compete to be the fastest clearers of dungeons. You'll eat your words on Warrior of Darkness? No spoilers. Even saying that's kind of a spoiler, so guys, be careful. What's your thought on the original world lore 13+1? I don't know. It's a little arcane and weird right now. the mouth of Heidelin Minfilia told us about 13 worlds, reflections of one another, on which some darkness has come reigned supreme and on others light, and both are bad. I don't really know. I don't have enough information yet. Inventory? I cleaned it up a couple of days ago. I had to clean up my inventory when I hit level 60 because I was completely out of space. So nice to do this journey with you. Willow, it is fun. I've had a lot of fun doing this journey with you guys. I'm so gratified and grateful that you guys have enjoyed doing with me. It's fun having you guys to talk to while I do this. I really enjoy it. You know the story of Flamen and Minfilia? Most of it, I think. We first ran into Flamen when we were on an agonizingly obvious placeholder filler quest